Thank you. By the skin of my teeth.
They made it.
Yeah.
Chelsea are into the Champions League. Now, first of all, I've got to ask you, the celebrations. Before we get into the actual,
God.
I saw them celebrations, man. Running around.
Arsenal used to get cooked for that.
Now, we used to get cooked for this, people.
And this is after a lot of billions.
Of people like you, I'm sure. Listen, I ain't got the
I don't know,
clip to
man.
hand,
I don't know
but
if I was really that
always used to be on
prevalent
my
in the scene.
The way I saw you, man, running around the pitch,
I didn't
in the
actually see
change
it.
rooms.
Oh, they were doing that as well?
Yeah. What you got to say about that?
I've had some time to reflect on it because I think me as a Chelsea fan and most of us who are over a certain age have seen a lot of things. We've won it all, right? We've seen the highest heights. We've watched our team dominate, win trophies, do the unthinkable, right? From where we were in the early 2000s to where we are now. So we have maybe a different perspective on what achievement looks like. For me, qualifying for the Champions League was mandatory. It was the minimum. And it was exactly what I expected from my football club this season.
You were very consistent.
So I'm happy for them because I feel like a lot of them have not played in Champions League, or a lot of them felt the pressure of trying to qualify for it. I think the likes of Reece James, who have won it, Trevor Chalobah, they understand that this is the baseline, this is the foundation, this is the lowest level that really we should be operating at. Of course, on top of the money spent, etc. However, sometimes I have to kind of pull myself out for this particular situation where they were getting booed and they were under scrutiny. And even I doubted that they could go to Forest and win 1-0 and keep a clean sheet and actually be airtight and put in a proper Chelsea performance, because that's what that was. I was very proud of that performance. That performance was a really, really strong away from home defensive display. We've seen Chelsea score goals. We've seen Chelsea go end to end, concede stupid goals last season, set records. That was a proper performance. And it's not something that we've seen in a game like that, because there was a lot of pressure. There was the home crowd, City ground, Nottingham Forest, very good team, competitive. It wasn't Liverpool drunk. It wasn't Man United in the worst version, Tottenham in the worst. Like those 1-0 wins. It was actually them being locked in, Nottingham Forest, and going there and doing dirt. So because it's a lot of their first experiences, and I feel like whatever you experience is what you're going to reflect when you're going out there and celebrating and doing all these things. I think their celebration is more than deserved. Like, they should be happy that they've done their job and they've reached that milestone.
There's
now,
nothing wrong
it's not
with
a trophy.
celebration.
It's not a trophy. And I keep telling people
we used
this.
to get cussed for it.
100%.
I get why they...
They're a young group.
I was just about to say that. I saw a stat that they're one of the youngest groups or something to get
they
the
are.
Champions League qualification. It means a lot to
It
the
means
individuals.
to them as a collective,
Yeah.
for what they've been doing over the last couple of seasons, it means a lot to them.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for them because they've done something that they needed to do and they were under a lot of pressure to do. Make no mistake, if we didn't win that game yesterday, people would have been going off. Heads would be rolling. People would be coming after us. So I think it's just a lot of relief. Sometimes when we look at celebrations, we think it's like joy and it's ecstasy. It's actually relief as well. It's actually like
we actually did it.
And
it's
evaded done.
Spending this level of money and still couldn't get back in.
100%.
Because that's what that narrative would have been.
100%. So
you know what, right? Because there's quite a few super chats coming in referring to you. Now, I don't remember this, but Callan says you were all chanting Chelsea in the Europa last week, so hold that. Also, Mark, please cook that sausage Flex, the biggest banter club in the top 6. Then there's another one, Flex. This one comes from MRM Sports. Flex, remember your comments on Chelsea when they finished 12th, up the Chelsea. Can we talk about how these pundits seem to hate Chelsea? Ma, how many days in South Africa?
8.
I think it's Bidemi says, F off, you haters. He warned them to keep the outside noise away from the team. They don't listen. Now they've unleashed the Jose in Enzo. Hashtag my gaffer.
Relax.
Then Juno says, bring us Flex. The confidence on this man, the chest of this guy. You let Spurs win a trophy, and now you're going around talking mad. Great job. What did you say about Chelsea?
Just the normal cussing when they finished 12th. Like Matisse said, he's right.
So did you say they could never get top 4 or something like that?
No, I didn't say that. I was just cussing them when they finished 12th, saying it's a disgrace. worst. No big teams had a big fall as big as this. Now they've spent £1 billion. Let's see what Maresca does. Like,
Sounds like who's talking about United.
Who? Well, I wasn't. Yeah. But listen, everything that needs to come my way. Must. There's no.
We deserved our cussing.
Yeah.
And I want to praise some of my players as well. But I feel like when Manchester United, they kind of go up against what we did, and they go even lower by finishing. Where is it? 15th.
Not 17th or 16th. No one ever mentioned the magic 15 number, did they?
Yeah.
Nice.
Just about getting over 40 points. Over 40 points on the final day. Losing the final to Tottenham, a team that is historically known for, losing.
Maresca has delivered his objective.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Yeah.
Clara Bitzi says, Robbie, at least our players were celebrating inside the dressing room. They weren't. They were also celebrating on the pitch.
Do you remember when Odegaard took a picture of the photographer?
Yeah, and you all cussed him for it. And then now you're doing the same thing. That's all I'm saying. Listen, I understand why those players are celebrating. It's like you said, it's a big thing. I've got no problem with it. I'm just saying.
I don't like it when you say it.
I'm saying.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like it when he says it. I get you.
No, I'm telling you.
I understand.
Don't laugh next time.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you know what? This is why we need to win the league.
She says that it was the youngest squad in the Premier League history to qualify for the Champions League. Maybe you get a trophy for that as well. While the club captain
it's probably the most expensive squad ever assembled to actually
with a camera on the pitch, right? After a routine league game. How it's finished is obviously Liverpool are the champions. They've got their parade going on at the moment, as we know. Right, AGT's there, so look out on the COP TV. They're going to have loads of coverage of that. But they win the league on 84 points, a full 10 points behind Arsenal. 74, comprehensive win of the league.
It was never a race as well.
Yeah,
that
never
didn't even
a
tell
race.
the full
Never
story.
a
It
race.
was never a race.
In third place on 71 points, Man City. They have recovered towards the end of the season to get into third place. Chelsea finishing fourth on 69. Newcastle fifth, 66. Villa drop into the Europa League place. You know what, right? And Forest into the Conference League. Now, do you know what? Seeing as with what Spurs done, there could be an argument to say that they might be better off those two there.
Because they could win it. Because they could win it. They could win it, yeah.
Then they'll be...
Yeah, it's true. Look, I'm just...
Because they're both probably going to be the favourites in those competitions to win it.
Yeah, I'm just thankful because when you're reading them names out and the points gaps, my life could have changed for the worse. Like, things could have been very different for me next season. I've gone from Austria to Amsterdam. I could have been in Antarctica if I finished 7th. So it's life-changing. Really, truly.
But you had but also you did have some great...
I did have some great journeys. I did.
It's fun.
Well, yeah.
It's fun.
It was fun.
You know
when the fun stops, stop.
Also, and you got the final as well.
Yeah, I'm flying out tomorrow.
Right.
So
you're going.
But you know what? Like, do you know what I was most worried about?
Well, you don't care about the final.
No, I do care because I want to win a trophy.
And it'll be embarrassing if you don't win that.
Yeah, and the thing is that if we had lost yesterday and we've been finishing worst case 7th, I feel like going to the final, we would have all the fans would have been down, the players would have been down, and we would have more likely lost the final. Yeah. So obviously we still got to go there, A game, deliver, but everyone's going there in a good mood. And I feel like the players are going there in a good mood.
And if you win that, you get you don't need it now.
We don't need it,
champions. But if you did, so say you finished outside of the Europa places, but you won that,
you'd
get Europa League, innit?
But honestly, I feel like we would have lost that game if we didn't qualify yesterday.
The morale,
if you win that Club World Cup,
now shameless.
And that's like a mega achievement, actually.
Of course,
be champions of
world
the world
champions.
Yeah.